Really wish I knew what was going on, but okay. Anything worth going after? Not really. Lotus, what's up? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. How are we doing today? That's crazy. I have like a flu thing going on in my sinuses that's literally affecting my jaw, which is why we're not doing Legends ZA at the moment, because I'm recording that, and I want to make sure that I can be able to speak through the whole thing. Currently, I'm on painkillers at the moment. No, I totally get that. Considering I stream at, like, completely different times than I used to. If you couldn't tell, we're currently hunting for a Vespa Queen. In my title, I have that we need 22 more Pokemon for my Shiny Living DEX challenge I'm doing. But that'll be a voiceover, so I don't actually need too many reactions, which is why I'm recording it. But yeah, we need Vespa Queen and we need a Burmy before we could do the 20 Distortion Pokemon. Yeah, it's been going on for like a good 4 or 5 days now. It's better than it was, definitely. But unfortunately, we've had some streaming problems with the stream crashing. I think I've fixed it now. But we were playing Fortnite yesterday and Zelda the day before. But the streams crashed both times after a while. Yeah, so I'll show you my boxes in a second, or the pastures. But basically the challenge is to catch one of every shiny, so I can't like get a shiny Combee and then evolve it into a Vespa Queen. I have to find a shiny Vespa Queen. And we've gotten everything but Vespa Queen, Burmy, and then the 20 Pokemon that are exclusive to Distortions. We also don't have the Shiny Charm, and the only things perfected in my Pokedex are the Distortion Pokemon. And, like, 2 other things, but that's besides the point. Those were accidental. Alright, let's take a look at my pastures. Alright, this is what we have so far. Alright. So, everything I don't have is replaced by a regular Combee at the moment. So we have all of these. Basically, we're missing all the evolutions, which are from the, Distortions. Oh, and we're also leveling up and maxing everything out as we go. I'm currently up to Golbat and Eevee. Yeah, we're missing the evolutions. We're missing... I think these are the fossils. Oh, no, duh. This is the whole Burmy line. Missing Vespa Queen, of course. Scizor. That's a 3-line. What is that? Oh, that's Porygon. And then we're missing a bunch of unknowns. But the unknowns will be a separate video. This is... I forget what fills in that slot. But then we have the Magnemites. I need a spare Gliscor, but I do have Gliscor. All the fossils, and whatever that is. That one's actually probably Scizor. And then these three are nothing, because Lucario's the end of it. Oh yeah, I'm going for everything. Like, we even have, like, different forms. So we have all four of the Gastrodons as well. But currently we're after Vespiquen, and we are at exactly 400 checks as of that last run. Obviously, we've been playing the game for over 900 hours. We've seen way more than 400. But the 400 is just what I've clocked in since hunting. And I know the Shiny Charm would be worth it, but I didn't get the Shiny Charm for any of the others, so I'm only going to use it for the Distortion Pokemon. And I mean, there's 20 of them, so we're still going to get a good amount of Shinies using it, but... Eventually, we will need all the Burmese as well, but that'll be, probably after the Distortion Pokemon, or I'll work on hunting those while doing the Distortions. Because you have to wait around for the Distortions anyway. And we have already faced a good handful of times on Pokemon. My most recent phase was a Tangela. I will say, I probably have the most stacked Legends Arceus account, like, in all of Pokemon. That's not hacked anyway. The grind's been a lot of fun because I actually really like the game. Now. And here's something I didn't show you. I'm also maxing out my items. So I have like 999 of like almost everything in the game. So that's another work in progress. When I do the distortions, I'll be fighting all of the Misfortune Sisters I come across to get nuggets to help like max out all my items. This will eventually be a video when I'm done. I'll make a video when I do the when I finish the shinies, and then I'll probably do another video when I finish like everything, like all the unknowns. Or maybe I'll do unknowns as its own video, and then I'll just do a recap video basically of literally everything. Oh, that's the wrong camp. I'm also working on another video in Scarlet and Violet still, but I still can't reveal what that one is. For the time being, unfortunately. Although I gotta admit, I don't think this video is even possible anymore. The Scarlet and Violet one. At least with Magnemite, only the Magnemite line can spawn there. The hardest ones to get are going to be the 4 fossils, because not only do the 4 fossils spawn, which is more than any other area, for like their exclusive spawn, but there's also Rowlet's entire line as well. What was I doing when we got these? I don't remember. I think just like skipping them. But yeah, currently, I guess I can mention what it is. No one in here is probably gonna do anything about it. I'm working on a Scarlet and Violet video, the third in a series that I've done where I get every Pokemon in the Pokedex through Wonder Trade. I did it for Scarlet and Violet, and then I did it for the first DLC. And now I'm doing it for the second DLC. But now that Christmas has passed and so many people are playing Legends ZA, it's very difficult to get anything that's not like a hacked Pokemon. So I'm thinking it might not even be possible or feasible anymore to finish that video normally without like streaming it to a group of people who might help me. Like, I'm gonna try, but it's gonna hit a point where it might hit a point where it's literally just not possible anymore, because I've been doing it for, I've been keeping track 120 days almost. No, Vespiquen doesn't spawn in massive mass outbreaks. The only way to get Vespiquen is in the wild. Combi can spawn in regular outbreaks, but because regular outbreaks don't, like, turn into anything, or spawn evolutions, the only thing you can ever get is a Combi out of there. We're actually getting pretty skunked on Vespiquens at the moment, I will say. Because there's like 15 different possible Vespiquen spawns, maybe a little more. And we've seen 2 once. So I'll point out where all the Vespiquens can spawn as we go. All 3 of those Combi right there can be Vespiquen, just like that, actually. These 2 Combis can also be Vespiquen, so there's 5 chances right there. These 2 Combis can also be Vespiquen. Obviously, there's the Alpha Vespiquen. This Shaking Tree can also spawn Vespiquen, Combi, and Pachirisus. And then the 3 trees around these white flowers can also spawn Vespiquen out of them. And then that blue tree and those 2 blue trees can spawn Vespiquen as well. And then the 3 Combies that are in those trees right there can also spawn more Vespiquen. So, like, if you're lucky, you can get a good 3 or 4 in a run. But so far, the max we've seen is 2, which is kind of a yikes. And if you're wondering what that clicking is, it's a click counter to keep track of how many I've seen, so I don't have to keep it on screen. Which is just easier for me all around. And actually, what I'm going to do, instead of skipping these all together, I'm not going to go bother checking any of the wild spawns, because most of those are going to be taken up by outbreaks anyway, but I will check the alpha. I keep hitting the wrong buttons because I'm so used to playing these other games that I've been playing while I've been more sick. Thank you so much. Enjoy your breakfast. I wonder what the first shiny we're gonna see is. I've never found that Yen Mega Shiny before. I would love to get that. Oh no, it's gonna turn to nighttime in the middle of this, isn't it? That's an Alpha Vespiquen, that's cool. Ew, fog. Hate the fog. Thank gosh the fog in Legend ZA is not anywhere near as egregious as this fog. Thought that moved. Gosh, I can't see anything. Gosh, I hope this fog goes away soon.